Hey, welcome back once again to Everyman Driver. I'm Dave Erickson. Thanks so much for watching. We are wrapping up our full week with the all-new 2016 Honda HR-V crossover, a vehicle that blends the styling of a coupe with the toughness, space, and utility of an SUV. It's available in 3 trim levels, LX, EX, and EXL in 2-wheel and 4-wheel drive. We have the EXL in 4-wheel drive. So much to talk about today. Let's get started first by popping the hood. The powertrain under the hood is the same you'll find on the Civic, a 1.8-liter single overhead cam iVTEC engine mated to either a CVT or a 6-speed manual transmission. This kicks out 141 horses, 127 pound-feet of torque. Now, if you are looking for that 4-wheel drive, it's only available in a CVT. As far as fuel economy numbers, there's a wide range here. The 2-wheel drive manual transmission can achieve 25 city, 34 highway, whereas a 2-wheel drive CVT is 28 city, 35 highway. Now my tester here, the 4-wheel drive CVT, gets 27 city, 32 highway. I've put well over 500 miles in the vehicle this week, about 400 driving from Western Washington to Eastern Washington, and during that time, I was averaging around 31 miles per gallon. Since then, I've dropped just below 29 miles per gallon. This has a 13.2 gallon fuel tank, and the recommended fuel type is regular unleaded. Here's a quick look at your real-world backseat legroom and headroom for a guy who's 5'11", and I'm fairly comfortable. You know, this vehicle is situated somewhere between the Fit and the CR-V, and for a guy my size, it fits just fine. Here is my position as a driver up front. I'm comfortable leaning back, and I've got plenty of room between my knees and the back of the seat, and even the back of the seat has a nice little indent for your knees. There's no storage there, but there is storage behind the passenger seat. As far as headroom, there's a clear indent in the ceiling. They do say this is a 5-passenger crossover SUV. So if I were to slide right here, not the most comfortable. In fact, the seat is a little bit raised and a little harder than the main seat. And sliding over here, yeah, I think this is more or less a good, comfortable 4-seater for adults. Seat comfort's not too shabby. It's a 60-40 split. And there is no fold-down armrest, unfortunately, but you do have a sliding sunroof, which is powered, which is nice. We'll take it. Here's something I think is impressive, much like we saw in the Fit, exactly like we saw in the Fit. This middle row features a Magic seat option. Show you what that looks like, and then we'll move back to the cargo volume. But right here, we can create tons of space. Watch this. This is Honda's Magic seat feature, where you lift the seats, fold these bars down to lock it into place on both sides, which is very easy to do. And look at all that space you create from the ceiling down to the floorboard, which gives you space to put in large pieces of luggage and a small piece of luggage. And that's just behind one seat. Double it up easily in the other seat, or fold it down, and now you have a 3-passenger SUV. There's one way to open the trunk lid of the HR-V, and that's to do it manually. As long as you have the key fob on you, press the soft pad just below the Honda icon. It'll beep, and you can open it up. Behind this back row of seats, you're looking at 23 cubic feet of volume in the all-wheel drive, 24 cubic feet of volume in the front-wheel drive. Fold those down, you're looking at 57 cubic feet of volume for cargo space. Well, folding down the back seats is fairly simple. Lift the latch here, press forward, lift the latch over here, and press forward. If you want even more space, you can even fold down the front passenger seat for those longer items right here. So, tons of versatility inside the HR-V. By the way, does my luggage fit? Of course it does. Ta-da! 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 All right, riding and handling behind the wheel of the HR-V. 2 things stand out. Fuel economy, because I put so many miles in the car this week, on road and off. Very impressive. One of the most fuel efficient SUVs on the road today, and off-road worthiness comparable to the CR-V, which is saying a lot, and still so much good capability when it comes to cargo versatility, but you've already seen that part of it. One thing I wish was better is cabin noise. It's a bit noisy on the highway, even around town. That might be because it's a lighter vehicle in terms of overall curb weight. Not quite sure. Pretty impressive though that it has paddle shifters and a sport mode. Now there is a dial around the instrument cluster here that goes green the more fuel efficient you drive. If you press the accelerator, it goes white. So you can kind of dictate how economical you want to drive in the HRV. I wouldn't go overboard on its ride and handling. I give it a 6.5, 7 on a scale of 1 to 10. I wish it was a little bit lower to the ground. When I turn hard left and turn hard right, kind of a body roll, a bit of a sway to it. I wish it was a little bit lower. It does have a 6.7 inch ground clearance, so if it was lower, I'm sure that might make a difference. As you'll find in other Hondas, it's got some great safety capabilities. It's got the lane watch blind spot system over here on the right hand side, so when you hit the right turn signal indicator, a camera pops up here in the center display, which is a 7-inch touchscreen display monitor here in the middle. Also a pretty decent backup camera. And I do like this electric parking brake and brake hold feature, which seems more appropriate in a manual transmission, but it works fine here in the CVT. I like the versatility of this cup holder with inserts. You can change the size or at least the depth of the cup holders based on these inserts. You can flip them up and you have more room for your water bottles. It's got a nice storage compartment below where you can plug in your smartphone and charge up some of your accessories. I like that. When it comes to this LCD screen and center stack, simplicity is the rule of thumb here. Just all touchscreen, and then of course you do have the steering wheel mounted controls, which also can control what you are listening to or what you see on the center display. As far as competition, where does the HRV stand? Well, in terms of the Honda lineup, it's between the Fit and the CRV, so I think it leans more toward the CUV category. When we were at the 2015 Northwest Outdoor Activity Vehicle of the Year competition in late April, some of the vehicles that this vehicle was competing against include the Mazda CX-5, the Jeep Renegade Trailhawk, the Hyundai Santa Fe Sport, and the Mitsubishi Outlander Sport. And finally, in terms of seat comfort, I think Honda has done a pretty good job molding this vehicle into an SUV, CUV feel. I'd say it's comparable to the feel of a CRV, so if that gives you any perspective on what it might be like here in the front seats, now you know. So the MSRP range here on the all-new 2016 Honda HRV crossover is between $19,000 and $26,000. It is absolutely worth a look and definitely a test drive on-road and off. Until next time, I'm Dave Erickson with Everyman Driver. Thanks for watching.